In the South, to the family in the West, to the family in the North, to my family in the Midwest, if they come to your grave site, your burial site, you pull up too and say one simple thing. Africa is...
Wow, really? What am I saying? Guys, I've been seeing a lot of videos on the internet of Black Americans, that is African Americans, protesting against the president of Ghana. The president of Ghana, we all know, he went to the UN summit and he talked about the repatriation of the slave that were being sold out like properties to America, to different countries in the world, and how our artifacts have been stolen from us. But there are some group of African Americans that have decided to come out to protest against it. That according to them, they are saying that the president of Ghana have no right to come and fight for them. Oh my God. Guys, let's take a look at the video.
In the South, to the family in the West, to the family in the North, to my family in the Midwest, if they come to your grave site, your burial site, you pull up too and say one simple thing. Africa is not our void.
We're at the African American burial ground with the Ghanaian president.
Donald Trump, Mahama is trading Africans for favors in their U.S. military base that is located on the tarmac of Accra Airport, and the FBI and soon to be one of you New York City police officers will be stationed in Accra, Ghana, because they're killing themselves in 15 deadly tribal conflicts in Savannah region, Sampa, Voku, Kumasi, and the Apopem in the eastern region. The Ga are fighting Yachim with machetes in Accra.
The main focus is Africa is not our big homie. Ghana is not our big homie. You cannot participate in the slave trade 400 years ago and think that you're going to spin the block and get a check. It don't work like that. I know it's tax season, but no, it don't work like that. You don't get a refund, okay? Yeah. One of y'all need to send some of y'all representatives over here across the street. We already traveled across the ocean. What more is it to cross the street and to come holler at the ancestors that you saw?
So today in the financial district, like at the African American burial ground of, enslaved Black Americans, I told you guys that the Ghanaian president was going to go and do a ritualistic ceremony by laying a wreath at the burial ground, and how he was also going to go to the AU, the African Union, and the United Nations to speak on behalf of Black Americans, in the diaspora, but he's literally chose specifically to come to the United States of America to demand restorative justice and reparations on behalf of enslaved Africans. And I just think that it is so disrespectful to our ancestors, because we're not continental Africans. And if you heard, shouts out to Lacey, if you heard some of the things that she was saying in the beginning, she was talking about all of the atrocities that is literally going on in the country of Ghana right now. And she also was talking about how many Black American people have lost their lives trying to go back to the motherland to build and to build and have community and camaraderie, and how some of them have literally been slaughtered, raped, had their resources stolen, have been in bad and shady business deals with some of the people over there in Ghana. Not all clearly, but she listed off a slew of names. She had a list, and her page is dedicated to that. I've had her on my panel before. I'm going to at her, but you've seen her website that it was like on the screen. Of course, the mayor of New York City, Mayor Mamdani, he was also there, giving his well wishes and lending his voice. And I don't know, it just seems like it's all about a money grab, like, because then we have to pose this question. Just say hypothetically, in a really, really odd world, on a very, very completely different timeline, Ghana was able to get reparations and restorative justice on behalf of the chattel slavery, more so than transatlantic. That's, the atrocities that happened to Black Americans here on the United States of America's soil. Would they allocate those funds to us? What do y'all think? Do y'all think that Ghana and the Ghanaian president and the African Union would give any of the funds, if hypothetically they were able to secure a bag, because they already getting US aid and they already get money, whatever. But if they were literally able to get some type of reparations on our behalf, do y'all think that they would give us any of that? Would we ever see any of that money? Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Is it just me, or am I kind of shocked at how Ghana is trying to take the forefront and speak on reparations? The reason why, you benefit from it. You sold people. You were complicit, you had terrorists, you built a system, and you kidnapped citizens of the African continent and put them inside the slavery system. So how could you be the first out the gate to talk about the crimes against humanity when you were involved in it? Let's also not forget that you owe reparations to Black Americans too. So why are you acting like your hands are clean, and why are you even bringing this issue up first? It's kind of shocking to me. But the one positive thing I can say for this to all the Black Americans out there, anybody denying the reparations movement or the energy surrounded, that it will happen in real time, pay attention. You ain't got to say too much. Watch the reaction of others and how they're responding to something that you made hot. That's all I got to say. But yeah, this article was very eye-opening to me.
Things got heated this morning in New York City. I shared the video to my stories, and shout out to the FBA family in New York City for going out there and being bold enough to protest against this wreath laying ceremony that the Ghanaian president had flew out to do some type of ritual or ceremony over our ancestors in New York City. And as many of you also feel like this is just disrespectful, and it's basically just a way for them to try to overtake our reparations talk. And what they're trying to do is the African Union is trying to add us as like a sixth leg to the African Union, and they're trying to get reparations for chattel slavery, the transatlantic slave trade. They're trying to take that over and give the reparations to Africa and pretty much cut us out of it completely. So our people, who are the ones who actually suffered, the people in the Americas who are actually the ones who did the physical labor and who actually suffered and were beaten and brutalized throughout for 300 years, we're the ones who are really owed anything. If anything is to be paid, it should be paid to us. And so they're trying to overshadow that and take that. And we already know that they would have no intentions on giving us anything, even though we're the ones who are owed it. And I really feel like a lot of us are just tired of the disrespect, tired of them trying to overshadow and take everything from us. It's like create your own movements. If the African Union wants a reparations talk, that should be a totally separate thing from chattel slavery. That's not a talk that's for them. It's a talk that's for us. If they want to have a reparations talk, it should be with the UN about the effects of colonialism and colonization that has had across the continent. But it shouldn't have it shouldn't be overshadowing our discussion of reparations, which is owed to us. Because if they give the reparations to the African continent, that shuts down the whole conversation is now, it's a done deal, and we get nothing, and we were the ones who were actually owed it. So that's the reason why people are upset. It's not about being anti-African. It's not about hate. But you can't just let people overtake something that belongs to you or try to steal from you. And that's how we see it. And so I'm shout out to y'all that was out there. I was watching the live stream and I definitely enjoyed it. I really wish I could have been out there with y'all. I feel like a lot of people didn't even really know about this whole thing, but it was good to see like people are not just being silent about this. And I think I saw my moron mob dummy, the mayor of New York City. He was out there and they were kind of like yelling at him too, like, you say that immigrants built this nation and y'all being disrespectful and, stuff like that. So it was really good to see like our people out there like actually expressing themselves like that. Just the fact that this is even a discussion is like sickening. Like we shouldn't even be sitting here having this conversation. We shouldn't even have to be out there protesting anything, especially in anything that is in regards to the respect of our people and our lineage and our history and our ancestors and things that are supposed to be restitution for us. Like we shouldn't even be having to fight over nothing like this. This shouldn't even be a discussion, but unfortunately, here we are.
Amongst people of African descent throughout the diaspora, as well as indigenous Africans on the continent, the collective rituals surrounding death are a communal experience. From this announcement to this recognition through ceremony, we travel to Africa, from the top of the continent to the bottom. In most cities, towns, and villages, you will see notices of people's death. Not small obituary.
So this one was a bit confusing. We have President Mahama, right? He's in New York speaking on dead relatives of Africans and I'm assuming the African slave trade, right? Other than that, I can't see any reason why an African president would be in fucking New York other than the work of man damn it. That's the only reason why he's there, okay? This transnational game that they're playing, right, is only going to spell bad news for Black Americans. Because I don't know if you guys are seeing the game, right, that they're playing. Soon, there's going to be so many Black immigrants in America that what we think or say is going to be absolutely obsolete. I'm telling you that right now. Zoran Mandamit is literally from Africa, even though he's a fucking Indian. He's from Africa. That's why these African leaders are in New York talking about dead ass ancestors that they fucking sold off, if that makes sense, right? They're trying to rewrite the narrative of Africa and America's relationship, right? And I think that one of the goals of them trying to bridge that gap is reparations. I believe that the Africans are trying to reach into the pot of reparations that are owed to Black Americans. That's a completely different in a conversation, and we would have to go into different details to break that down. But that's what I truly believe is what's happening, right? Now, I don't know how to feel about this. It just makes me feel weary, right? If I can choose the word, it makes me feel very weary, right? The Africans coming to America and talking about slavery and things like that. I truly don't know how to feel about that type of shit, okay? Now, if the Africans were coming here to help Black Americans get what we deserve, that would be a different story. But they're coming over trying to get inside the deal so that they can get paid too. So now this is a completely different situation. Now, I'll just be truthful and honest. I'm not a fan of the stuff that I'm seeing out of the African community. Do I hate Africans? Absolutely not. I love you guys. But there is a lot of things that Black Americans are concerned with.
A lot of Black Americans slash FBA are angry with Ghana president because he came to the UN yesterday in New York asking for reparation and to recognize slavery as the gravest crime to humanity. He is fighting for all enslaved Africans, but the Black Americans slash FBA was angry about it. Like, why did he come to America to demand justice? Because they played a huge role in slave trade. They said that Africans sold all of them. They were not kidnapped by the Europeans. They were sold by Africans.
Oh my God, I was thinking this fight is just for all African Americans, for all Africans. Right now, the table is turning. The protest is going on in New York. According to them, they said they don't want it. That instead, they are the ones that are being sold out by Africans, not the white people buying them. Guys, at this point, let me know what you think in the comment section, because this topic is a very delicate issue and it needs people with a lot of understanding about the slave to tell us more about slavery in Africa, to tell us more and educate us more. Please comment below, like the video, share the video, and please subscribe.